Hello, welcome back to another video today. I think I did a video on this a little while ago around favourite areas of my apartment, and a lot's changed since then. As it does, I like to change things up a little bit. I like to refresh my space. It helps me clear my mind. It helps my mind feel fresh and inspired. So today we are going to run through an updated favourite parts of my apartment. Strap yourselves in, get a cup of tea and a biscuit or two, and I hope you enjoy. The L-shaped sofa got cut up and now we have a three-seater sofa. Still the same sofa, however we just cut the chaise off so that we could have two sofas within the living room. And then obviously you can see that the TV is no longer on here. So the big TV was sold. It was too big. I measured it wrong, much like this sofa, when I first moved into the apartment, and it was just too big for the space. And whilst I love a big TV, it didn't feel right. The proportions were off. This setup with our TV cabinet, or drinks cabinet now, or general, I don't know, cabinet, sideboard, whatever. I love it because I feel like this big plant on top of it in front of the mirror separates the space just like the TV and the cabinet did previously, but in a way that it's more attractive and it's less focused on the TV itself. So as you can see, we've got a little pumpkin display here, and then various different bits. So this metal planter I bought from a charity shop, which was a super good find and just adds that kind of, I don't know, older antique look into the space against the real harsh modern black sideboard, and then obviously the modern white sofa as well. So I really like playing with modern versus antique styles. I think it really helps balance the place out and makes it feel a little bit more charismatic, I'd say. Within the space as well, we've got another antique find was this green onyx marble ashtray, and it's super heavy, but I love I bought just a little stick of sage in there, and then my personalised Zippo from I think it was Etsy, just in here for like a little display. But I think it's a super cute idea. I don't smoke, but this is a nice display, I think, to have like little trinkety bits or drop your keys in or whatever it is. But I think it just looks super expensive, super nice, and I love chilling here. It's one of my favourite places to sit of an evening with a glass of red, very carefully drinking away on this sofa. And here it is, the aforementioned TV change. So yes, we've gone for something a lot smaller than what we had previously, and we put it in this corner here. And this beautiful, I'm obsessed with this cabinet, mid-century cabinet. It's solid wood and it just adds more of an orange warmth of wood into the space. A bit more styling to do inside. I've put a few books here just temporarily, but hoping to add a few more trinkety bits in there, and maybe a little propagated plant. We'll see. It's quite a dark corner, so maybe that's not the best idea in terms of keeping said plant alive. And you'll also see that the green wall is now white. The green was beautiful, but in terms of the space and lighting, it just really needed to be a white wall to keep the light in the room and to go with kind of everything else furniture wise. But really happy with how it now looks with the green shelves and then the white back and then the white. I spray painted these were black before. I spray painted them white. It's given a really nice finish to them, and slowly but surely filling up the bookcase, so it's looking fairly full now, which is super exciting. The other thing about this space is that we've put a little light behind the TV. So in the evening when watching the TV, obviously never have the overheads on. However, we do have this little light here. And it adds just such a nice warm glow to the space while you're watching TV. It's not too bright on the eyes, but you don't get that glare from the TV. So it just helps to like add to the coziness of the space. I think it looks super nice. I'm so happy with how it's all turned out in here. And it feels a lot bigger. So triple, quadruple wins here with the space. And yeah, just try to really think about the flow of the room and how it kind of just makes sense having people around and living in it. The more we've lived in the space, we've kind of realised what works for us and what doesn't work for us. Yeah, super happy. So this room you probably definitely recognise. It's my bedroom, and it's the room that has the least amount of change going on over the last, well, since I bought this place. And that is because I am very picky about what goes in here. I'm picky about how the space feels to me. So one thing in particular I've always kind of championed as having a white or off-white painted bedroom. And that for me is just because it makes me feel so calm. The space isn't busy. It doesn't make me feel, I don't know, there's just something around a dark walled room or a colourful room, bedroom, that makes me feel like I can't totally switch off. So for me, my bedroom has always been white since living here. And I guess, yeah, in terms of changes, there's not been an awful lot, if anything at all, since I last filmed. And that is truly because everything I pick to go in my bedroom is scrutinised to ensure that it's making me feel calm and rested, and yeah, just a place where I can totally switch off. The only thing I do like to do is adding a pop of colour through soft furnishing, so my throw on the bed and also the two big cushions that I have from IKEA, the green ones. And that for me is just enough colour in here to make me feel as if it's not clinical and it's a warm space and it's inviting. But other than that, white walls are a must for me now in bedrooms. Yeah, it just helps me feel totally relaxed and unwind. One thing I do really like to have in my bedroom, or actually no, 2 or 3 top things in my room, is white bed linen and bed sheets. I think it's just so crisp, and I don't know what it is, if it's like mentality that if you have coloured sheets then they're not clean. I don't know, it's my own kind of funny way of thinking, but white bed sheets, they look clean, they feel crisp and they feel fresh. I pretty much always now have white bed sheets, and then add that pop of colour, as I said, through the throw or the cushions to help kind of add that warmth back in. And then plants is another one. So I have 4 plants in here. 2 of them are pretty big, and one next to me, and then the rubber plant in the corner. For me, it helps bring a new lease of life into the space and makes the air feel pure. I don't know if that's scientifically correct. However, plants are a must everywhere in the house for me. I love plants, and I think they add that pop of colour again, and also a big kind of feeling of life into the space. So whether that's propagating or just kind of having mini plants around, or big plants on stools is another one, just love having them within my space. And then finally, some good quality bedside lamps. I like an expensive looking bedside lamp. The ones I have are wooden based, and then they just a plain white linen shade, but those were originally from Heels Furniture, which is, I think it's a British only furniture shop. It's a bit like I don't know if it's like a Farfetch for homeware, I'm not sure. However, I got them on eBay for £13, and real bargain there. But they look expensive, they don't look old, they don't look dated, they really held their value well. So yeah, happy with those. And to help with the lighting in the space as well, we've added smart lamps, smart light bulbs into the lamps. So we can turn down the brightness for a more, I guess, relaxing feel, or we can have the brightness up if we need them on during the afternoon or whatever the scenario is. We've got a light brightness to hand. Yeah, Bedroom, really minimal, try to be minimal, try to be as kind of bright and airy as possible just to help truly unwind and relax at the end of the day. Well, that concludes my very whistle stop tour of my new and existing favourite places around the apartment. A few bits of change here and there. Um, Look, there's always going to be change around the house when I get new ideas or just changing up the space to help with, mindset and happy mind, happy life. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a good reflection of how I'm feeling in terms of interior design, where my head's at, what kind of avenue I'm going down at the moment, subject to change always. But yeah, interior design and your interior taste changes all the time, and I think it's great to be mindful and embrace that. You don't have to stick to one. Just because you liked something previously doesn't mean that you have to stick with it and be stubborn. Change it up, do whatever makes you happy. And that is my TED talk of this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.